What about the healing? What up, what up, what up, what up? All right, so we just gonna go ahead on and get into it. So, I'm gonna tell you about you, and I'm gonna tell you about them. So, and then I'm gonna wrap it all up with zodiac signs concerning this message. And so what we have is regret, karma, dying inside, and truth. Right off the bat, telling you about them, what some of this is about is the energy flow that you may be feeling. Some of you may be feeling is really not your energy. It's a low vibrational energy where you may be feeling a lot of guilt out of nowhere. You have nothing really to feel guilty about. You haven't done anything, but yet you have riddled feelings of guilt, riddled feelings of regret. You have a lot of that going on, and you can't really put your finger on it. You can't really understand it because it's not yours. It's not your energy. So what you do with that kind of, what you do in those certain circumstances, hold on, because that might be too loud. Okay, so what that may, because it's not yours, it's being projected off onto you, making you feel those things. And what you do to offset that is acknowledge to yourself that that's not yours. Look at your life, and if you can find something that's going on at the present moment that that verifies or matches those emotions that you feel, then you deal with it. Otherwise, if it's not yours, you let it go. You release it and let it go because it's not yours. So that's that. I mean, it's a lot of regret here. A lot of regret because this person haven't learned the lesson behind karma. They're getting karma, but they haven't learned the lesson about karma. Karma is not a punishment per se. Karma is balance. You shall reap what you have sown. So it's not a punishment. You're just reaping. You reaping the benefit, which is dharma, or you reaping reaping what you have sown, the disdain, the negativity that you have sown to another individual. You're reaping it. So it's not a punishment. You're only getting what you deserve out of whatever you've done. You're getting the remnant of that. So it's not a punishment. It's a lesson. But this person haven't learned that. So they riddled with a whole lot of guilt, a whole lot of regret. Instead of taking it as a lesson, this is happening to me, or this round of events is happening based off some choices and decisions, wrong choices and decisions that I made towards another individual. Well, that was not right. So let me go head on and go through this process, whether it's painful or whether it's or however I may feel, is justified because I did do this person wrong, and it's time for me to be to stand up in accountability for my actions, go through the process, and don't do it again. Learn the lesson. However, for you, that's for them. For you, it's some type of truth that you need to own up to concerning this person. Some type of truth. Because it says dying inside. It's something that this person did to you that, yeah, you healed. Yeah, you went through the process, but you still dying inside about something. Something in you concerning this person is still affecting you. Some words that they spoke to you, that's holding some type of power over you, that you believe deep down. It could be something that you is relatable to your childhood wounds, and you connected it towards that as being the truth based off of something somebody said to you, your mother, your father, somebody said to you in the past. And then you met this person and they regurgitated the same thing that they said, and you're holding on to that. Just an example. But whatever it is, it could be some words, it could be something, a memory that you're holding on to, but something that you're holding on to, you need to tell yourself the truth, so you can, the truth that it is bothering you, that it's affecting you, that you haven't gotten over this one thing, that you haven't resolved this one thing that this person have done to you, said to you. It could have been something very deeply rooted. Like I said, I'm feeling like it's something deeply rooted that occurred when this person said this to you, because it just opened up an old wound from the past, opened up a door from the past. And it's like it's this thing that this person did or said is connected to a wound from the past, which means that, yeah, you may have healed this, what they said and what they did, but it's still there, because it's still there, and it's still bothering you, because it is still an open wound, because it's connected to what have happened to you in your childhood, or something not related to this person. The person said it, and you connected it to, and it opened up a door and opened up a wound that you thought you had healed, but it's not. So you got it twofold, where you've healed some aspect of it, but it's still open until you acknowledge the original wound, that started it. You got to go to that original wound, and you have to sit with that. You need to acknowledge that. You need to look at that. You need to heal that, and then release it and let it go. And then both issues, both things could be addressed, because this thing is setting you back. You're dying inside because of the original wound. The original wound, somebody wounded you. Now, this person did, but the original wound, the person who started it, the person that initiated the wound in the first place, they really did some damage. They really did some things to hurt you. And you moved on with your life in spite of this thing that happened to you. But then you met this person. And when you met this person said something, did something that opened up and attached to the they opened up the wound, because you had went on, hadn't healed it, but you went on and you were existing. Then you met this person and they opened up the wound again, and whatever they said and did, that wound was then open, and this person's what they did and what they said, or whatever the case may be, attached to the original wound. and where you are functioning, where you are healing, whatever you're growing, whatever you're doing. And some of you, you're new here and you haven't even started to address what has happened to you. You're just in the beginning stages to even get to the original wound. You haven't had the energy, the resources. You haven't had the motivation, the inspiration to even acknowledge, to even attack the wound that this person here has established. So it's either you haven't even begun this to even get started or even get to the original wound, or you have started some healing and transforming and renewing. You know who you are, but that original wound is setting you back, and you are dying inside in some type of way because all of your surroundings, everything around you reminds you, and right now, as it stands, you have been able to get by and exist and move on and do, but everything around you now is screaming at you. You have to deal with this because now it's affecting you. That's why you getting the words dying inside, because it's affecting you now. Affecting you is so much so that you're seeing it everywhere you go. You're seeing some aspect of it, some type of reminder. You're having dreams, you're having memories, you're having nightmares about this situation because it has to be addressed. And so with this, you got to get to work. You got to acknowledge, you got to get to work. These are going to be shorter readings. So that's that. I'm going to stop with that because I can go on and on and on about that. But for each astrological sign, a message here. For Aries, this feels like restless energy, waiting to confront, to act, to finally close the door. Taurus, you're realizing your peace is worth more than any apology. Gemini, conversations you never thought would happen are coming full circle. Cancer, those tears you've had back are those tears you held back are part of your release. Leo, your pride is transforming into compassion. Virgo, you're rewriting old stories with clarity. Libra, your balance is returning to what was unfair. Scorpio, deep truths are surfacing so you can transform once and for all. Sagittarius, the lesson is about trusting your own vision again. Capricorn, your foundations are being rebuilt on honesty. Aquarius, freedom comes when you stop carrying others' burdens. Pisces, you're turning empathy into boundaries that protect your heart. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. So, if you are seeing this message and you resonate with it, put in the, hold on a second. Okay, so, like, share, subscribe, and if you resonate with this, or if you're ready to stop dying inside and do something about your situation, put truth in the comments and your astrological sign. And so I can see how many signs I need to be putting, what signs is actually resonating. And when I start doing individual signs, I know who to start with. So with that being said, I'm sending you love and I'm sending you healing, and Trinity is